Yes. Good morning, everybody. Woohoo! My name is Reverend Zina Kacha, and I'd like to welcome everyone who's here with us today, and to also welcome all of our viewers who are joining us online. And I have the great pleasure of coming off of a wonderful trip to Mount Rainier, where I spent 5 days, and refreshed and ready for returning to a vacation here, because the weather is very similar and beautiful, and it's so beautiful to be in our sacred ground here at CSL Bellingham. So I'd like us to welcome our guest musician today, J.P. Falcon Grady. Let's give him a warm welcome.
I'll smile for everyone. My love I give for free. High fives all around the world. I'll prove what love can bring. I'll prove what love can bring. I have an open soul, I'm right where I want to be. A true friend indeed, a friend to the end you'll see. I do this every day, have faith and always pray for you to be. I'll smile for everyone. My love I give for free. High fives all around the world. I'll prove what love can bring. I'll prove what love can bring. I have a simple plan. Do the right thing every day. I'll see it through. Sing a song as I go my way. I do this all the time. Have faith and always pray for you to be. I'll smile for everyone. My love I give for free. High fives all around the world. I'll prove what love can bring. I'll prove what love can bring. Complete compassion, some never feel. To them it's so unreal. Open your heart and you will see. Smile, it's free. Everybody in the whole world. I'll smile for everyone. My love I give for free. High fives all around the world. I'll prove what love can bring. I'll prove what love can bring. I'll prove what love can bring. I'll prove what love can bring.
Take a moment to greet each other and just say good morning, even from a distance, if that feels safe to you. And if you're online, just drop a chat in the chat and say hello this morning. I know, I'm going to tell him.
Good morning. Good morning, and thank you for joining us this day. I am Kit Zinn, and I am your practitioner for the day. So if we can be sure that our cell phones are off, and please join me in a moment of welcoming prayer to bring ourselves into the moment in the sense of gratitude, for I know that as we calm down from the activities of the day and join me in the presence of the One and that wonderful space that we find within, for Spirit already is within each and every one of us, and I know for myself, as I know for everyone here, that we are always connected, supported in everything that we do, and guided with the wisdom that holds the entire universe together. And I know that each of us this morning has come with open hearts and minds to be able to discover the guidance of Spirit for each of us this morning, for it is as unique as each and every one of us is. That's why we are individualized expressions of the One. It knows itself more fully and allows us to express into a greater, freer expression of life and to expect and discover the good in each and every unfolding moment. So I know we're looking forward this morning to learning about the true freedom that we express by turning into that mystery with Reverend Zina this morning. I trust and know that this is a time of love, of joy, of ease and grace. And recognizing this, we release these words reaffirming, and so it is.
Ever you go away, light will shine you and guide you my way. Every day, every day, and every day, every day. Into the wind and the dark and the rain, you can hear her crying, hear the pounding, almost feel her pain. Count the waves and the tears and the lonely nights that now seem to never end. Where is the end, my friend? Ever you go away, I will find you this day and every day, every day, oops, every day. In his darkness hung the moon, but now it's gone. In his eyes shone that moon. Now it's gone by so long. Goodbye. So long. The pounding of my heart, the beating of the rain, pounding of my heart, the beating of the rain on the window pane keeps me up tonight. I can't sleep tonight. I can't. Silver and gold, brought by men in black. Into the heat of the Southwest, legends come and legends go. The voice of the owl speaks loud tonight, and he will ride. 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 Spirit horse, carry me to my home. Spirit horse can take away my pain. Spirit horse, carry me far away from here, where the trees are green, hair is clean, and my love is free. For you, for me. Take away my body, leave my soul. Take away these eyes, leave the cold. It's raining silver, it's raining gold, it's raining silver, raining gold. Iksugape, it's time. Oh, it's anotabe. Iksugape. Iksugape. Iksugape.
We'll go ahead and have you go ahead and sit down. Yeah, enjoy. Oh, whew, that was a beautiful song and a beautiful prayer. Thank you so much to both of you. I am excited to be here. I know this face doesn't look like Dr. Andrea, so I just wanted to give you just a brief update. She's not feeling well today, so I have stepped in on her behalf with pleasure. And so you better like my talk, or else. And my talk is really in line with our theme for this month, which we've been kind of carrying through week by week as we've moved through the month of July. I can't even believe I'm saying the month of July, to be honest with you. And it's about true freedom. And I want to kind of give a context as to what that means. True freedom is inner freedom. And it is the ability to move away from the conditioned world that just seems to bombard us all the time with tasks, responsibilities, atrocities, pains, agonies, and beauty, right? It's all of it, beauty and love, and it's just all there. But when we're in a true inner freedom, we're actually centering ourselves and allowing that divine experience to happen within. We are able to open up to the topic, which is turning towards the mystery. And I have a couple of stories I want to share with you, and then some of my own experiences for this week that kind of ties in to this talk. One comes from a Buddhist story, and it's actually a story that goes through a variety of religious interpretations. There's the Christian, Islam, Judaism, and Christianity. But we're going to do the Buddha one today. So the Buddha story is about the Judas tree. And we're also going to change the story a little bit because it's about a king and his 4 sons. Well, we're going to say the queen and her 4 daughters. How's that sound to everybody? Good? Okay, just a little shake it up, right? Okay, so the story has it that the queen is approached by her 4 daughters who are very, very interested in learning about the Judas tree. And they want to experience it. They want to know what it is, what it looks like. And so the queen summons the charioteer, who is a sage, hidden, right? That disguise, you meet somebody and they're disguised as the divine, right? But their face, the condition, what you see is something entirely different because our perceptions are kind of foggy, so to speak. So this great sage brings the children together, and rather than bringing them all into the forest to show them the Judas tree, she determines that it's probably in their best interest and in her ability to teach them to bring them one at a time throughout the seasons of the year. So she takes the first child in to the forest, and there's this Judas tree. And looks at it and is like, okay, it doesn't really look very lively. I don't know what's going on with this. There's a little blossom just hanging on the kind of dormant or even dead-looking tree. The second child is brought a few months later, in the next season, and the Judas tree is popping, vibrant, with leaves just all over. And so the embodiment of that tree and its experience is kind of filtering through to this particular child, and she's just enthralled with it. Then the next season, the third child is introduced to the Judas tree, and she goes in, and it's full of fragrant blossoms. And she's smelling it and just really enjoying the fragrance of the blossoms. The fourth child comes through, and there are ripened fruits that have emerged from the blossoms. And so she gets to eat that fruit. They all convene together and have a powwow about what they experienced in the Judas tree. And it was different. One child saw a dead stump or a dormant tree. Another child saw the vibrant colors of nature. Another one had the sensation of the fragrances in which she smelt. And the other called her experience, it was like eating meat, the fruit. So with that being said, the mother decides that it was a good idea for the children to learn about the only constant in life, and it's called change. And I remember having a teacher, his name was Dr. DeQuincy. He's probably going to be shocked if he probably will never listen to this, but he'll probably be shocked if he hears me quoting him, because it was one of those professors where you're just like, no, that's not the way that it is, and challenging and trying to get sort of your perspective into this massive, brilliant mind's idea of the cosmos, right? I feel like I lost that argument. But I tried. I gave it my best, right? But he used to say something that now makes sense to me. And I think when we're removed from situations, kind of when we step aside or we move to the left or right of a situation, we have a different perspective. So he talked a lot about life and the human existence as being this film. You have the reel, right? But then you have the slides. And the slides represent just a little itty-bitty piece of the overall vast landscape of our lives. And he goes as far as to say, most of us, because of conditioning, how we were brought up, how we were raised, things we were told, and how we were guided in life, we probably have about 4 of these little slices of the overall picture that we operate from. And he talks about that a lot in terms of it being like our, frontal cortex. And we're always in that kind of executive mode in our lives. And we're referencing everything off these 4 slides. And I thought to myself when I was thinking about that last night during meditation and preparing for the talk, boy, that's a bland life. Like, wow, there's got to be more, right? And boy, did I have more. So this week, I spent 5 days in nature. And I want to talk to you about how it connects to not only the Judas tree, turning towards the mystery, that freedom, that inner freedom, but also about surrender and faith in the whole process and the big view, like having the long view of life. Because a lot of times, as we're seeing with the children, life is barren. Things aren't happening, there's no spark, we're kind of dormant. Then there are other times where we're just like, whoa, things are just capturing us, a sunset, a moon, stars, shooting stars, seeing somebody we haven't seen in a long time. And we're sparked with this energy and this vigor for life at a moment when it is right timing, always, right? Then there's these other times where it's just more of a sense. We're smelling, we're feeling, there's, we get like God bumps. And then there's other times where we're like feasting and eating of the fruits of our labor, the fruits of a relationship that we have been in and worked hard to be in, the fruits of our vocation in life, and we just are savoring that. I felt like in the last 5 days, I experienced all of those sensations, and that change is a constant. So I get up to Mount Rainier. I don't know how many of you have been there. I'm sure more than me, because it was my first time in my whole entire life. And it, in comparison to many parks that I've had the pleasure of traveling to, is kind of desolate. Like there's not really much going on, right? But there's so much going on. So I get there and I'm all, pretty excited. Like, oh, I'm going to unplug. I'm going to have, time to myself and with my spouse. And it's just going to be, juicy, rich, and awesome. And it was, but first it wasn't. And it was really strange because to unwind, to unplug, to look away from conditions, to look at all the stuff that has to be done at home, all the things that have to be done later, tomorrow, in the future, Never Land, took my mind for almost a day and a half. And then the kicker of all of that was going in my phone, because I had to make sure nothing derailed while I was gone, and going in my phone to realize there's no cell service there. 0. Yeah, so, wow, all of a sudden, I dropped in and saw the leaves and the water. I mean, we were in a yurt on this beautiful, rapid little brook, creek, waterway that was just mesmerizing. In 5 days, I experienced that. I experienced going up in more of a barren environment where it was almost like desert country, almost like we were talking, JP and I, earlier about, the Southwest, and it almost looked like that, like the Red Rock, Utah. And then other times there was just like beautiful moss-filled forest areas with silver falls coming off these beautiful granite rocks. And then the last day of the trip was literally going up this mountain in snow without snowshoes. So it was all of the variety of life. And it made me think of Dr. DeQuincy as he shared with me about the 4 maps that guide our lives, the 4 sections from this reel that we take and we say, this is our life. Coming out of the ordinary allows us to connect with mystery. And mystery is awaiting our arrival, always. And I'm an avid meditator, an avid spiritual seeker, as I'm sure you are. I like to consider us, well, I don't know, I can't speak for you, but maybe that you can relate to this, a student of complexity, right? Curious about beingness, mindfulness, presence, compassion, love, and understanding. Those are all, I believe, to be our true nature. And it's learning to maintain those ideals while we're navigating this thing called the world that is the art of spiritual living. It's personified when we're able to really have inner freedom and turning to the mystery with trust and faith that all is well in the universe. And we're able to find support from each other, and knowing that we're not alone in our travels makes the journey a lot easier, I think. So, what's the benefit of this turning towards this mystery? And I want to read to you one of the benefits that I have discovered in this work. It's the Gospel of the Beloved Companion, and this is the complete Gospel of Mary Magdalene. And it's very, very rich. It's pretty deep, so I won't go into too much depth with it, except to say that this tree of life that has been discussed, and I can't even find the page. Okay, who's been in my book? The mystery. Go with it, right? So it's a beautiful story because it really intertwines the feminine, which I think is super important. I'm very masculine in a lot of ways. I'm also very feminine in a lot of ways. And I really believe that that's that whole yin and yang kind of idea that Eastern philosophies have, is that we are really both. And throwing out anything is like throwing out the baby with the bathwater. You really can't do that successfully, in my opinion. So what happened in this story is, and we got to go with the context of it. And I love Jesus. I don't mean it as oh my God, praise the Lord, I love Jesus, as a way shower. And Science of Mind does look at Jesus as a way shower, somebody who was able to really embody and give off a loving presence that was showing us a way that in those days was very complex as well. Society there was starvation and drought. Desert people didn't have an easy way of life. And so in this context, Jesus was crucified. He came back to life. Mary had met him in the garden. When he left the tomb, she was the first one he saw. He was, in her eyes, perception, the tree, the gardener. So she approached him to ask the gardener, unbeknownst to her until she approached him, that he was Jesus, where Jesus' body was. When she approached him, she recognized him immediately. And she went to take him and hold him, and she went right through him, because he was a spirit at that point. So she spends quite a bit of time in this garden, and then she goes back to the disciples, because in many ways, my opinion, and I could be wrong, but I'll kind of put it out there, that Jesus wanted a feminine touch on what was happening in our society. Not that it would dominate, that it would have value in a place. I feel that he, in my reading of Jesus, really was imploring us to stretch way back when. So we must continue to stretch way back now. And so she returns to the disciples, and they're very curious, right? What'd you see? What'd you hear? What'd you do? What happened? Where is he? And she says, I met him. He was there. He came to see me. And they denied her. And they said, no, that's impossible. Why would he come see you? No, why not me? I'm Thomas. I'm his twin, for God's sakes. So the curiosity got to them, and they decided to go ahead and give Mary a chance to speak. And I know I'm setting this up because I think it's really a profound way of looking at the cycles of life. And she begins to recount the story of the meeting. And the story of the meeting is that he spoke to me. And he said, Miriam, blessed are you who came into being before coming into being, and whose eyes are set upon the kingdom, who from the beginning has understood and followed the teaching, not my teaching, the teaching. Only for the truth are you compelled. There's a great tree within you that does not change, summer or winter, and its leaves do not fall. Whosoever listens to my words and ascends to its crown will not taste death, but know the truth of eternal life. She goes on to talk about vision, and I think that this is the part that I really want to touch on with us today. They say in the Bible that without vision, the people will perish. And I like that because it really kind of gives me this sense of how important it is to evaluate my beliefs, my perceptions, my interpretations about how I see the world, and to begin to give them context. Because most of them are part of a past that I no longer live, yet we might tend to drag them with us, right? Kind of like dead bodies. Let's just drag it with us, see how long we can keep this sort of inner agony going, and this resistance to embrace our true nature, which is divine. And it's kind of a hard pill to swallow sometimes. Like, we are divine, like made in the image and likeness of the One. That nature is the perfect mirror for us. In the book of Merdad, is kind of talking about this whole creative cycle and how, all of nature I left for you so that your eyes don't forget me. Because when you look in nature, you'll remember the divine. And isn't it true when we're standing on a shore and that ocean, vast, Pacific, Atlantic, it doesn't really, Baltic Sea, it doesn't really matter. It just captures us. The waterfall, the little baby, that's another part of it. And we're part of that. And that's what makes us so alive. Yeah. So here's an exercise for us. If you think about your 4 things, or if you have 5 or 6 or 7, or if you're a long view person and you have the vision of where you're going now, COVID, past COVID, the big resignation, God knows the economy is going sour, all those things we kind of tell ourselves, right? But you have a nice idea about an inner part of you that feels a grander future than what is being experienced now. That's vision. So take for a moment, if you will, what and where our segments of how we operate come from. Is it our past? I mean, only you can answer. I know for me it is. Is it happening now, or is it because we bring that past with us as we move through life, like I had alluded to at the beginning of the talk? Now, close your eyes for a moment. Welcome your future self. he, she, they, them, whatever, works. That future self. Now cast your vision in catching up to what that future self is calling you to. And be there just for a second. Yeah. And then as you kind of bring your attention back, allow yourself to come back to the room, back to the here and now, thanking that future self, trusting it, knowing you're already it. It's just a lot of layers got to get let go sometimes. Layer after layer, you know. I don't know, and I'm not in AA or anything, but I've some friends who say something about an onion, a layer after layer, and that it makes you cry because, you know, you're like pulling away the layers of an onion makes you cry. Like letting it go, surrendering into the now, allowing that wisdom, that mystery to touch you in ways that are beyond those four. And, you know, like I said, I don't want to put four on your plate, but basically the four little slices of this long view of reel of film that is in everything, around everything, through everything. It's the continuity of life. It has no ending. It never began. It never ends. It just keeps growing, becoming, evolving. And sometimes it gets dragged down by a collective consciousness of older beliefs that aren't even all our own. So our work begins here. Our work is only here, starts here and ends here, and it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And what a gift it is to have. So I guess what I want to end with today is this beautiful toolkit. And then we will close with having JP come back and share with us a little bit more with his song. So here it is. In case of emergency, break the glass, run, scream. Well, this is what a beautiful writer by the name of Sandra Cassandra says to us. In case of emergency, contact nearest cloud. Begin by calling the Milky Way forward. Summon with a command the pepper tree, the mungea, donkey crab, Jakarta shower, river, caliche, scorpion, hummingbird, or pearl. We will touch you because we are kin. We're united. I hope you enjoy this beautiful, sunny, wonderful day. And we're going to have JP come back up and give us his song. And thank you so much. Oh, I'm clapping for him, not myself, I promise. And we'll have the ushers come up with our offertory baskets.
I slowly cross the sky for the winter and dance upon the wind and through the trees, and I love a whisper from your heartbeat. Steady is the North Star in my dream. This is my offering. This is my offering. I'll stay out till the night turns into morning, finding shelter from the rain, giving thanks to those who've given and given freely. To the earth I offer you my body. To the sky I offer you my wing. To my love I offer up my soul. I offer up to you my soul. Baby, fly. Yes, baby, fly. This is my offering. This is my offering.
Beautiful. So we have a couple of quick announcements. I know we say that every week and they're never quick, so bear with me. Here we go. I'm trying to be a Dr. Andrea. Okay, we have just concluded a Tom Anderson and Shyla Moa summer salmon salad. So are you in the house? No? Okay, just want to acknowledge them. Mike and Pat Roberts. No? Earth First Dock Party. That sounds like a lot of fun. We want to thank them. This is all part of the dinners we did for Gourmets for Good. A great fundraiser for our organization, but more than that, it's a great way to continue to build on this very, very profound and deep community that we have. Our front porch community is as somebody alluded to over here, which I will introduce in just a moment. So let's see, Sacred Earth Fair. This is happening this Sunday, next Sunday, July 31st from 1 to 5 p.m. We're going to have all kinds of activities, yoga, Zen, nature walks, children's art projects, listening circles. This is actually a collaborative effort that we're putting forward with the Multi-Faith Network for Climate Justice and Earth Ministry, Congregations in Wisdom, Traditions, Audubon Society, Bellingham Veg Fest. I mean, the list goes on. If you'd like more information, you can go ahead and go to our Ask Me desk of the room. I keep going in and out. And they will give you all of the information about this event. We are already set with volunteers, so for everyone or anyone who volunteered, we're gracious and thank you so much for stepping forward. There's also our beloved Kalish LaVille is doing a Conversations in Consciousness that begins tomorrow. Actually, tomorrow is the second of the series, is that correct? Second of the series, and it's from 7 to 8 p.m. on Zoom, and it's Conversations in Consciousness, and we're going to be talking, or she'll be talking about spiritual bypass. Raise your hand here. That's Kalish. For anyone who's interested in finding out more, please see Kalish after our gathering today. I want to tell you about Sangha. So Dr. Andrea and Joe are a little under the weather, so they're not going to be in person for Sangha tomorrow evening. However, it will be Zoom only. So please, if you are part of the Sangha group that meets on Monday evenings, that's where you will attend, and you can find the link at csl-bellingham.com. I think .org. Thank you. .org. Okay, and I think that is just about it for announcements for today. We are looking for some volunteers, which we were going to mention, for a party that we're putting on specifically for Dr. Andrea. So if you would like, you can email info at csl-bellingham.org to get more information about this beautiful, come on, stand up. This is our host. Introduce yourself. Okay, yeah, tell them about it.
Okay. Dr. Andrea is going to be taking a sabbatical, which was built into the budget that you all probably already know about. And I offered up our home to do a party to raise money for that exact purpose. So we have a beautiful park-like setting in Ferndale, and we're going to have a picnic. You all bring picnics, and I hired a live bluegrass band called the Queen's Bluegrass. If any of you are familiar, they're fantastic. So we're going to have live music, and then we're going to have a number of other things that accompany it, like a clothing swap, but instead of just bringing clothes and taking clothes, you pay for the clothes you take, and that goes to the fund. We're going to be doing a karaoke thing where you can bid to have somebody else in the congregation get up and either recite a song or sing a song. Everybody can bid you up if you want them to do something longer. So we're going to do that. We're going to have coin toss. So if everybody will bring all your spare change, and whoever gets the most gets to come up on stage and win a prize, and then you donate all your coins to the fundraiser. It's also going to be a potluck dessert bar. So there'll be a prize for the best dessert. And we're going to have several other prizes as well and other fundraising things as well. We have darts, croquet, volleyball, all kinds of things are going to be set up. Total family-friendly event. And it's, again, bring your own picnic, bring your own tent. Please don't bring walls to the tent so people can see through. Okay.
Great. Thank you, Robin. So any volunteers in the house who would like to put their names? The date is August 27th from 2 to 5:30 p.m. And we'd love to have anyone here help out and all of us attend. Okay, I think that's just about all we have. We have our closing song, and then we'll just be off to this beautiful, glorious day, enjoying the sun and all that it has to offer.
I don't know if you guys feel like standing up and joining me on this one. You may recognize some of the verses in this one, but and I remember when I was a lad, times are hard and things were bad, but there's a silver lining behind every cloud. Just poor people, that's all we were, trying to make a living off of flat black dirt. We'd get together in a family circle, we'd sing out loud. Daddy sang bass, Mama sang tenor, me and little brother would join right in. Singing seems to help a troubled soul. One of these days, it won't be long, I'll rejoin them in a song. I'm gonna join that family circle at the throne. May the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by. Daddy sang bass, Mama sang tenor, me and little brother would join right in. In the sky, Lord, in the sky. I remember when we were out, Mama would call in all of us, and you could hear us singing 4 country miles. One of these days, it won't be long, I'll rejoin them in a song. I'm gonna join them up yonder in a while. Daddy sang bass, Mama sang tenor, me and little brother would join right in. Singing seems to help a troubled soul. One of these days, it won't be long, I'll rejoin them in a song. I'm gonna join that family circle at the throne. Everybody sing, may the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by. Daddy sang bass, Mama sang tenor, me and little brother would join right in. In the sky, Lord, in the sky. One more time. In the sky, Lord, in the sky. Thank you.